For this tutorial, we're going to make a 3D head. Use the sphere tool, drag in the middle, and drag out. Convert to mesh so we can select faces, points, and edges. Let's rotate it slightly. Let's go to point edit mode and let's make sure front is selected, back is not. Select these two spots. At least I'm going to create my eyes. Maybe you want eyes in a little bit different spot. I'm going to use bump. Just click in the background. You notice it made a nice little nose piece in the center for us. And you click in the background using the peak tool. You can make a nice little peak for the nose. Oh, you have select. Okay, there we go. Now, since front is selected and back is not, it can only select the ones I want. And if you right click, you can select multiple things, like I just did. You can drag them up like that. And select 2 more points. I'm trying to create the mouth right now. You could also move, instead of dragging, you can move with the arrow key, and it's probably even a little bit faster. Alright, it's getting there. So let's select the full object. And I already have some colors made, some materials. Let's use the lighter one. Click apply. I'm going to turn fast forward on so I can select these really quickly. And by fast forward, I'm using some video editing to make it look like I'm selecting things very fast. This way you don't have to watch me slowly click the faces. And what I'm clicking right now is the areas for the hair. You could actually, with those faces selected, you could use extrude also, but to make the hair pull out like it's thicker hair. But okay, now let's work on the eyes. There we go. We're insetting the eyes a little bit. I'm going to add a peak to the eyes. It may sound kind of goofy to have the eyes pointed, but once we subdivide the faces, they're going to be a lot more rounded. They stick out a little more than I want to, so I'll probably edit those points a little bit. So I'll select those points, move them around. There we go. I'm using the arrow key to move this time. Let's drag the nose up. The bridge a little bit higher. Let's pull the nose down a little bit. And you can make any kind of nose you want. And to be honest with you, a lot of this I'm just winging as I'm going through this. So I'm going to select the mouth, use the bump tool again. Okay, I kind of like that effect, so let's keep it. There's many ways you can design a mouth. That menu that just popped up is an accident, so don't duplicate that. I double clicked on a point. Alright, I'm just moving points as fast as I can to get the look of a lower lip. If you like, you could extrude these faces, have the lips kind of pucker up a little bit more, but for this tutorial I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to keep this tutorial under 10 minutes. We'll see if we can. There's no chin, so let's fix that. Reminder, front's on and back is not, so some of these points I click on may not be selected because they're in the back, like some of those. Yep, those are back points, so I'll just double checking. Another back point. By back point, I mean a point in the back of the head. I'm using the arrow keys right now to drag those out. Use drag select, I'm going to pull some out. You notice my drag select, oh, I think I missed some points in the back there on the other side, so I'm going to turn back on and select those. My drag select looks a bit goofy because I have a Vista and it's not, an Animator sometimes does not work perfectly on Vista. So it works on this one, it just looks kind of funny, but ignore it. You may have Vista, so it may look exactly the same. Alright. So there's a few more points I want to move over to fix the lips. Yeah, looks pretty good. Not too bad for winging it. Again, there's many other ways you could create a head. In much better ways, much more complex ways, but this is a very basic one, just to give you some ideas. Actually, for the eyes, I'd recommend creating eyeballs and inserting them in there. It'd probably look a lot better. But for these eyes, I'm just gonna add some color first. It's easier to add color when the faces are larger before we subdivide. Alright, let's click apply. And then once you apply, you click in the background, it deselects the faces so it shows the color. The yellow on there was just showing the selection of the faces. It's a little bit too bright for my taste, so let's change to 0.8 maybe. It may be too dark or too gray. Yeah. Again, there's many ways to change the color. You can make it shinier using specular, or there's many options. Alright. I was going to use the line tool, but I'm not going to. I'm going to try something different. Or the edge tool on that. Alright, I'm going to select all these outer faces. I'll try not to misclick, like I just did there. And to deselect a face that you've already selected, you can use Alt and right click. Try to make it a little bit darker for the lip color. Not quite. I'm going to add a little reddish tint to it, maybe. That looks about right. And let's click on the background to deselect the faces. And go to Build. Let's subdivide faces. Click OK. One more time. With a smooth shaded view. The eyes are flying, kind of spooky. Let's at least add a pupil in there. Again, you can make a much more complex face than I'm making right now. But this gives you some ideas at least, maybe. Alright. Make some black pupils. Click apply, click in the background, there they are. Make some eyebrows. I'm just going to click on the hair color. The same color as the hair. There we go. Not too shabby. I think I'm still under 10 minutes. Kind of a spooky smile, but... And if you want to save this as a JPEG, you go to Render, Render Image. And there we have it. And I want to make it a little bit larger so you can see it. So it's 600 by 400. You notice it's kind of choppy, so click Anti-Alias and watch it smooth.